Happy New Year. Today, Porsches include 17 911s, a 356, two Boxsters, two Cayman, a 968, and a 914, and a Ferrari 512 BBI. Hi there. Porsche sold on Bring a Trailer include an Arctic Silver over Boxster Red 46,000 mile 1997 Boxster that sold for $14,000. Color. Yep. Not a fan. This was a slight bargain. A midnight blue, modified 2005 911S coupe with 171,000 miles sold for $31,250. Many miles and many mods. It does sound nice at startup and idle, but then sounds like a souped up Subaru at speed. This was beyond fair into the well-sold zone, but it may have been worth a roll of the dice. An Amazon Green 1994 968 coupe with 84,000 miles sold for $32,000. A big price for this car. The color brought the bucks. Well sold. A Basalt Black 2002 911 coupe with 41,000 miles sold for $34,000. Gray everywhere. And a little pricey. This is in desperate need of black wheel and floor mats and black gauge hood. A Grand Prix White 1983 911 SC Coupe project car with 254,000 miles sold for $36,750. Acquired here last August for $40,000. A slight haircut here. This was at least fair, perhaps well purchased. An Arctic Silver over Black 50,000 mile 2002 911 Targa sold for $37,250. Sold here last February for $36,250. This was a fair sale. A silver V8 powered 1977 911S coupe slant nose conversion sold for $38,250. Many love conversions like this, and probably a few more dislike them. It's not a selection I would make. This was, however, well purchased. A black 20 years owned 1980 911 SC coupe with 175,000 miles sold for $44,411. Originally black, then red, and now black again, this car has also received some light mods that likely caused a failed smog test in California. This was probably fair. A repainted desert beige-ish, more yellow it seems, over black and houndstooth 1977 911S Targa with 89,000 miles sold for $45,000. This is a better than average car, no rust and some maintenance history, and a fair sale. An Arctic Silver 2002 911 Turbo Coupe with 103,000 miles sold for $48,996. Lots of car for the money here, and a fair price. One comment suggested that the mileage might have held back the bidders. It couldn't have been the interior, could it? A repainted silver 52 years owned 1970 911T Targa sold for $55,500. Originally green, this was listed here in August and brought a high bid of $49,000. This was a fair sale. A GT Silver 40,000 mile 2004 911 40th Anniversary Edition sold for $55,996. A higher than typical price, this clean car has a replacement engine installed in 2008 and a new clutch. Still high. An Arctic Silver 19,000 mile 2011 911 Coupe sold for $70,000. A one-owner car, this was certainly well sold. A Shark Blue 2022 Cayman GTS 4.0 with 8,000 miles sold for $95,000. A beautiful car, this stickered for $108,000, perhaps on the high side of fair. I like it. A Bally Blue 38 years owned 1965 356C Coupe sold for $100,000. A pretty car, lots of documentation, and a price that seems fair. Nice. A black, 39 years owned 1976 930 Turbo Carrera sold for $124,000. Overall, a nice car, but a bad tail. Not bad, incorrect. These are whale tail cars, not nasty T-trade trollops. The interior's clean, but it could be one of a dozen other shades. As is, this was still a fair sale. A triple black 14,000 mile 1994 911 Speedster sold for $159,995. One of 427 built for the US, this was acquired here in 2020 for $147,000. I think there's big value in this car at this price, and while today it seems a fair sale, I think it'll show to be well purchased. A repainted Bahama yellow backdated 1987 911 coupe with 219,000 miles sold for $165,000. Acquired here in 2018 for $59,500, this has had a huge overhaul. Although it was already yellow, fiberglass panels were replaced with steel, and I'd file this under personally satisfying, except that the market saw the improvements and rewarded the seller. Personally, I like the blue. This was well sold. An orange 16,000 mile 2007 911 GT3 RS sold for $230,000. Lovely. Great car. Fat price. I'll show more and talk about this 3RS in today's short. A racing yellow 985 mile 2022 911 GT3 presented by a great seller sold for $264,000. Sticker here was $220. This was well sold, and silly comparison ahead, I'd prefer the orange RS. The deviated trim and yellow nonsense inside makes this seem like a Transformers refugee. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa 1983 512 BBI with 12,000 kilometers, presented by a great seller, sold for $322,500. A federalized car with a 30-year owner, this was well sold. On Cars and Bids, an Arena Red over Black 1999 Porsche Boxster with 42,000 miles sold for $13,250. A tremendous amount of car for the money, slightly on the well-purchased side. A Sapphire Blue 2016 Cayman GTS with 33,000 miles located in Canada sold for $61,250. I really like this car, but in some of the long shots, it seems like it's wrapped. The entirety. The leading edges do have PPF. I don't know. It seems well sold. An Arctic Silver US Market 2005 911 GT3 with 17,000 miles, located in Canada, sold for $103,996. Likely a fair sale. These are fantastic performers, and the looks hold up even after 20 years. On PCarMarket, a chrome yellow over black 1974 914 1.8 sold for $15,000. The seller provided an honest startup video. It didn't fire the first try. Owned since new by one family in Walla Walla, Washington. This is a solid car and was a fair sale. A triple black 55,000 mile 1988 911 Cabriolet sold for $54,000. This would do just fine without the ducktailish engine cover, which the original was thankfully included in the sale, which was fair. An Adria Blue 1955 356 1500 Coupe Pre-A located in Canada sold for $185,000. A very, very cool car with original engine and transmission. This was a fair sale. I'll show more and talk about this stellar car in today's second short video. I know, 6 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with reserves not met January 1st through 4th. A Seal Gray with stripes, Safari Style 2002 Porsche 911 Turbo Coupe with 111,000 miles was bid to $43,250. A Guards Red 1989 911 Coupe with 151,000 miles was bid to $69,411. A Midnight Blue Roof Modified Rest of World 1996 911 Turbo X50 with 107,000 kilometers was bid to $199,000. A GT Silver 3,500 kilometer 2005 Carrera GT was bid to $1,370,000. A Burgundy 1970 Ferrari 365 GT 2+2 was bid to $130,000. Stay with me here. From this view, doesn't a 240Z come to mind? Obviously in Datsun's dreams. A blue Nart 12,000 mile 2005 F430 was bid to $275,000. On Cars and Bids, an Arctic Silver over Black 2001 Porsche 911 Cabriolet with 51,000 miles was bid to $17,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well.